and today I am going to be reviewing Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I read this with Beatrice over at Books Overlooks, and she has her review up, so I will leave it down in the comments. Let's just get started. The first category that I will talk about is the storyline. I will tell you what the story is about. So in this book, we follow a 16-year-old cyborg named Cinder. She lives with her evil stepmother and her two stepsisters. She's a mechanic in this portrayment of Cinderella, and that's kind of how she goes. That's like the rags of where she is. She meets Prince Kai, and because he wants her to fix one of the royal androids, there's this plague. Both cyborgs and humans can be infected, and Cinder's little sister is infected, and her stepmother blames Cinder for it. And that's kind of how we get to the whole Cinderella thing, the blame for it and everything. And I really enjoyed the aspect of that. One thing that kind of shocked me with the storyline was the inconsistencies with the Cinderella retelling. I understand that it was a retelling and that everything was supposed to be lined up with everything, but one thing that I was really confused about was the certain things that Miss Meyer would keep and the things that she wouldn't. You'd think that she'd keep the things that she didn't keep. For example, there wasn't a fairy godmother in Cinder. So I was really surprised by that, because the fairy godmother is one of my very favorite characters in the Cinderella retelling, and I was really interested in seeing which character in the book would turn out to be Cinderella's fairy godmother, but there wasn't one. So that was kind of different than what I thought. But other than that, the storyline was beautiful. The world building was really good. I didn't feel like I was left out or anything. There was a couple of things that were left in the dark, but I think that it's necessary to do that because I believe that in the next couple of books we will be able to know a little bit more. For storyline, I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars. Next category is characters. I had a little bit of a hard time getting in touch with Cinder. I don't know if it was the writing style or just the way that Cinder would act, but I felt like she was super cold towards Prince Kai, and I don't know if that's because she was trying to hide the fact that she was a cyborg from him or what, but I just had a really hard time connecting with her personally as a character. It might be because it was in third person, and third person, for me, it's really hard to connect with the characters, but I don't know why that was. I also felt like Prince Kai's dialogue was pushed sometimes. Also, this could be because I felt like Cinder was a little harsh, so I felt like Kai's language had to be pushed a little farther than it needed to be. Like, some of the things that he would say were just like, okay. But I did like him as a character. He was really sweet. My favorite character was Aiko, and that was Cinder's android friend who just is pretty much her best friend and follows her around everywhere. I love Aiko. For characters, I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars. Next category is writing. I really didn't have a huge problem with the writing. I don't like third person very much, and this was one of those books that kind of showed me why I don't like third person, because I could not connect with Cinder at all, and I felt like the dialogue was pushed because of that, because we needed to know more about Cinder because we weren't inside her head. The writing was not bad, but I did not have any quotes that I stickied or anything like that. It was good writing, but it wasn't, oh my gosh, quote worthy. I gave the writing a 7 out of 10 stars. Next category is originality. This story is very original. The world building, the characters, the differences from the actual fairy tale retelling was awesome. I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars. After adding up all the categories, the average was a 7 out of 10 stars. If you divide that by 2, you get 3.5. On Goodreads, I gave this book a 4 because I really did enjoy the overall story. I just felt like it was lacking a couple of things, and the third person really did hurt it for me. I think that if it was in first person, it would have been really good. But I do recommend this book to everyone. I'm really excited to read the second one, and it definitely was a great read. Thank you so much, Beatrice, for reading this book with me. It was so much fun, and hopefully maybe sometime in the future we could do it again. So I will see you guys later in the next video, which will be a very good one, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.